Good morning, everyone. Jamie here. Another beautiful morning here in Arizona. It's starting to get a little bit better. The nighttime temperatures are in the 40s. Next week they jump up to the 50s, where I'm hoping to see everything kind of explode. So I'm up here at the top of the property, kind of getting an overview of what I got to do this year. So I'm up here and I've effectively kind of took care of this watershed going down through here and over to the swell. And by that, you guys saw this. And if you haven't, here's your first shot at it. And welcome. So I've got all these rocks stacked up on this watershed going down. So there's different layers. This one's pretty much done. Oh, I don't know if you can see that guy. He fell over in the heavy rains that we've been having. So I've got to get him up and back in, excuse me. But where I put these rocks, the soil is starting to build up behind it pretty nicely as it goes down. Now I'm going to be planting probably palo verdes and mesquites up here. But this is the next shed. It's going down this side of the property, and it comes also to the center part. So this is what we're going to be doing, is this part up here. Right now I'm trying to clear paths up here so it's workable this summer without having to worry about the rattlesnakes. I'm also trying to work a path in so it runs, we don't cause more erosion by the path. So I think it's going to come down through here and follow the contour of the hill down to the bottom section down here. And that way I won't have that much runoff. Now over here where Ryder's setting is where all of this comes off this hill and sets right there and then starts going. That's this year's project, this corner of the area here for the swales and planting. But our path is going to go through here and here. It's going to have a branch that's going to go off that way through to where Ryder's at. It's nice and level, and then it comes down through here and it follows this down to where I've already got a path going out this direction. So just trying to make sure they all kind of link up together in a nice flow. But this is the bottom section of what I just showed you up there. You can see the rocks are stacked. I still got to get this one right here crossed, and I've already got the big boulder sitting up there for it. It's a matter of getting it down. But it all comes down through here and then hits the existing swales, which are working out perfectly so far as retaining water. We didn't really lose nothing on that snowstorm. In fact, it saturated the land really, really well. By, I don't know, noon, it was gone. And even with the heavy snow on it, right around the new cactuses and all that and all the plants, it started melting off pretty quick. So they were producing heat that melted the snow. Word of note, these things that were in here that I was calling desert dandelions, correction, one of our viewers corrected me and I'm glad they did. But these are called Sahara mustards. They're an invasive species, so they work out pretty good. What I plan on doing anyway, right there, throwing them down. And as you can see, I've got them scattered in here. Now we're getting the grapes in this week, and the palm trees, that date palm seems to be fine. This one I'm iffy about. I don't know if it's going to come back, and that one's still green. So I think we're fine on that. The citrus, it took a beating, but it's still green. Now, this one lost all its leaves. That's a lime. Don't know if going to make it, but it's still green, so we're hopeful. The wolfberries are coming in. That's pretty much expected. They're all greening up, so we're going to have wolfberries here soon. And if you don't know what a wolfberry is, it's a goji berry, Arizona native. So this is where we're going to put the column cactuses in here. Now, we had some backhoe work done, and we got this done. What we call the last ditch effort to stop the water. So we're thinking that it's going to hold, just by the measurements and volume, should hold right around 8,000 gallons. So anything coming down just before it leaves here and goes off our property should collect down here. And at which point we can get a pump and pump everything up to our totes to fill them up. And that way we're not pulling out the swales and letting them saturate. And that's the game plan. So, got to finish working in here a little bit. And that'd be over the summer. And coming up in the spring, I'll probably have it done before summer. And get this all done. We borrowed the truck yesterday so we could go into town and get trees. Now these are Palo Verdes and these ain't ours. They're for a neighbor who wants me to bury. But what we did get is 2 guava trees, pineapple guavas. We got a 3-in-1 plum, and we got a peach. Now our moringa trees, we've got them uncovered, and they look alive. Now at the top they look rough, you can see, but this should do just fine. All of our other trees are starting to show signs of life. The mimosa, this moringa's alive. This guy, he looks rough here. If you look down here, you see the green. So I think all the moringas made it. Now our garlic is doing good. The mustards we planted are coming up. The beets are in there. You can see them. They're doing well. The daikons are all going to seed, which is fine. I want to see if I can naturalize them in here. But we're going to be putting the peach right here and the plum right over here. Now these peaches and plums, we had a customer, one of our viewers, Lawrence and Clary, made a major purchase and made it where we could buy these trees. So Lawrence, Clary, if you're watching, you get to name them. And you'll get to watch them grow. The cabbage, they were small, but as you can see, we're getting some cabbages. Lettuce is still going good. Those moringas. We did potato pits. We're going to try this differently. So we've got 3 potatoes in each one of these pits. And as they sprout, I'll fill them up with the dirt that's laying around and sand. We also have one here. Pomegranate seems to be fine. Our shade tree, which is a poplar, it's coming back. Still don't know about these nectarines that are in here, but they're not dead. That's a neem down there, and it's coming back. Artichokes made it through the winter and starting to grow pretty good. We cleared out this section, started moving the cactuses, and up here we're going to do okra and eggplant. We've got radishes popping in the ground across here, and then in the center for later, these go all winter, all summer. Sweet potatoes in there from last year's harvest, the small ones, and then behind it we got carrots. So that should work out pretty good. What else we got? Over here, we cheated. We bought Bonnie plants. Excuse the mess. Still kind of cleaning up. We're going to put herbs over here. You can see our dill did pretty good this year. Lettuce and spinach is still going. And of course we have Kenny, the avocado that's going to go in. And it's going to go over here on this back side where I can control the shade a little bit better. And here we're going to be putting tomatoes and okra and a few other things. But we've got kale still going. Looks like a collard's coming up. And lettuce is still going. This one is where Kenny's going to go. And it's also going to have some watermelons and cantaloupe in here. These artichokes did just fine over the winter. So they'll come back. The Egyptian spinach is going right here. But I'm working on moving these cactuses. I think they worked out pretty good. I put those barrels there. Now this big barrel, me and Dana found it down in our wash. I don't know if you guys remember our walkthroughs on the wash, but it was hanging on a cliffside. Well, the snow kind of loosened up. The roots pretty bad on it, and it rolled down. So me and Dana's trying to save it and put it here. And we're going to continue the cactus garden up. We have more cactuses. That's a sequoia. So we're going to put it there. We're going to ring it with the golden barrels in here. We have the hedgehog cactuses that we moved from over in the main garden over to here. The prickly pears that we put in from cuttings last year, they got real fat and going good. These guys are getting good and fat compared to what they were. So we're going to have a San Pedro back here, and this big guy, I'm not too sure what it is going back here. Now, the mustards that we planted, these are red and yellow mustards. They're all doing pretty good, going to seed. And again, hoping to naturalize those. And over here, these are red mustards. They came up a few, and they're going to seed. And we're also going to be planting that key lime this year. So getting these beds ready for it. There, and it's going to go all the way up to about this row of mustards here. So these are mustards too, and all those are wildflowers. Not wildflowers, but flowers I planted. I have no clue. I took a bunch of seeds and mixed them together and spread. And we're going to develop all this and get it planted. So, as you see, we got a busy spring. We'll let you know how things are going later on this month and see how everything's going. We'll see if those moringas start coming up. They should start going once it starts hitting 50 degrees. Oh, some of the other things I mentioned, we spread water totes out. We talked about that. I got one here for this area. I got one out there for the citrus, one over there for the grapes and the palms, and whatever else we plant out there. We put the one extra in the main garden. So now we have a total of 6, which should take care of a lot of stuff for us. And we're starting out with a lot more water, 10 times the amount that we started out last year, and very saturated ground. So we're hoping this year is going to be even better, which we think it will be. But other than that, you guys have a good day. Be blessed, love one another, take care of one another. It's trying times, my friends. Have a good day.